the secret that all the pros use, all the best pilots, they all know this one thing, and that is back in Ibiza 1 year later, and this time we have a car. And that means we managed to make it to the abandoned hotel. Oh my gosh, I see dive gaps. I see gaps everywhere. There's a lot of pine trees. Just the other side of that is a really nice looking beach. There's loads of graffiti, and of course someone has to graffiti a cock.
You can see a hole in the concrete. You can see the concrete was thin.
Yeah, definitely need to be careful. Yeah,
That's why
yeah, like there, that does not look.
Swimming pool?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a swimming pool. Yikes. So if you're new to this channel, I fly these FPV drones and explore abandoned buildings and just vlog it, sometimes do tutorials, things like that. Today we're in Ibiza and we're at an abandoned hotel right on the north of the island in a place called Portinax, and we've got all this amazing beach behind us and all of this to fly and explore. This is the old swimming pool, and there's a lot of rooms. There's even a car wreck. So you're basically going to just sunbathe and drink beer. About 2 years ago. And that's the thing with abandoned places, there can be concrete on the floor, and I just nearly completely fell over backwards. I would have left that in if I had fallen over. Anyway, yeah, people like Mr. Steele have stood here. In fact, this may even be the spot where he did his famous hand launch. Stinger Swarm, Tommy Olmegard, Chad Nowak, Metal Danny, and a load of others all flew this spot. And then last year I was here, we weren't able to make it here, so I went to the Festival nightclub instead, which is an abandoned nightclub, and that was absolutely amazing. We're going to go there later in this holiday, but for now we got the hire car. We finally found this place, we got here, we're about to get up in the air. Feel your tits against my back.
Are you on video?
Yes! I can feel, this is putting me right off because I can just feel your tits pressed against my back. Can you, yeah, do that.
Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder. You know, sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, and maybe just a better kind of bitter.
Woo! Just diving down towards the ocean. I mean, it looked incredible, but yeah.
It looks like when you do that, it looks like you've lost control and it's just falling.
Yeah, well, it is for a while, but it's
like close to the skanky water.
Okay, so there's some nice lines like that. Can we link this up? Oh, this links up quite. Oh, hello. Oh god. Oh, okay. That wasn't planned. Okay, it's alright. I think I'm alright. Whew. Right, it's clouded over a little bit, and I thought I'd grab this chance to explain something, because this channel, I'm trying to make it really useful, so it's fun to come along on these explorations of these abandoned places, but it's good also to learn something, isn't it? And one of the things that I like to do is try and sort of fake flow and get into the flow zone and create kind of flowing lines with my flying, and I figure it might be useful if I explain the thought process that went into that. And I kind of tried to explain it on the stick cam on the last pack, but it's difficult because I'm trying to concentrate. while I'm flying. So I'll explain it now and then I'll give you a demonstration. Basically, the secret that all the pros use, all the best pilots, they all know this one thing, and that is just simply to continue a line for as long as you can. And what that really means is no sudden changes of mind, no sudden tight turns or 180s, no harsh movements. People like Le Drib, they're masters of this, because you'll see they just have such flowy lines and beautiful flight paths. And basically all you do is you pick a gap or you pick a direction, and let's say I turn left through that window there, I would be looking for another exit that continues that left line. Maybe I would come through here and then I might go up into a power loop, and that would be all one smooth line. And then when I come back down, maybe I'll dive through this gap here and then, you know, pick a direction out, but not just go out and then sort of hover about and not know what to do. But as soon as you've made the exit, look how you can continue that flight path. Could you sort of drop down and keep going left and then come back in, you know, and just basically try and always keep in mind, this is from Jeff Orter, the Bando King himself. He says, take the path of least resistance. So if you get one thing from this video, remember, take the path of least resistance. In other words, pick the line that just continues the flow, and just try and kind of get in that zone and keep it going for as long as you can. And so I'm going to try and do that on this next pack, but of course it is a brand new spot. I don't know any of the lines yet, so it's not going to be anything masterful, but it seems like a good spot to be able to kind of demonstrate that, because there's lots of sort of gaps that all link up and lots of flowy lines. So yeah, and by the way, if you don't know what lines is like a skateboarding term for just the way that you can transition from one part of space to another, really. So a good line is like where different obstacles and tricks and things can all link up together in a flowy sort of movement. Let's try it, say, here instead. So I'll go left out here, but you continue that left line where I might duck under here, then I might do like a little trick to kind of just accentuate that moment, and then smoothly flow down here and continue that line. Again, video's gone terrible there. Don't want to lose RF over the water. I'll have to find a good spot to stand. So now I'm going to the right, so I might go through here, and then I could go left, but the point is no sudden 180s. Like if I wanted to do this, I might just smoothly flow around it, go around like this, go back in, but then this time go down for the dive. Continue this right line, continue the right line, continue it through here. Now this links up with this, and you can see all these. Now go for the left line, go for this one, so you can see how this kind of flows into one movement. There's a little gap there, and then you go into a power loop maybe. You want to get these nice flowing, sweeping lines like this. Maybe go like this, out here, come up, frame it, dive back in, come out, just power looping over some dank water again. Let's see that linked up. Ah, see that would have linked up nice with the damn tree hunt. And, well, it saved me going down there. This whole area is incredible for the amount of lines that you'll get around here. You've got dive lines, you've got lefts, you've got rights, you've got small gaps, big gaps, power loopy things. You could maybe even matty flip this. I'm going to try and string some lines together here.
So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet. Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the lower, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, maybe just a better kind of bitter. Lose gravity, I'm swimming in the quicksand. Up to my knees. Keep losing sleep,
Right, I'm going to call it a day here because basically I'm punching up, and when I do I'm getting what feels like almost like a failsafe or a loose prop, but I've got full radio signal and props are tight, so I think it might be a problem with one of my motors, and basically I don't want to risk it over the sea because I don't fancy swimming out. But it's been absolutely amazing flying around this abandoned place. Things to take away: definitely come to Ibiza if you're in the UK. Out of season it's really cheap and there's some incredible flying spots. Here is really good, the abandoned hotel, but also Festival nightclub Ibiza, and we're going to check out a few other spots as well before we go home. Other takeaways are, if you're trying to learn to get some flowy lines around a new spot or around a spot that you know really well, just take the path of least resistance. Just remember that and you'll be golden. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Wow! Punch! Wow! Okay, so that could have been bad. Whew! Should do a separate video, how to save your ass.